Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg. I'm Reverend Edith Washington Woods. So grateful to be senior minister here today. And I'm, I'm just seeing you all, seeing you out there in Love Streaming land. And I just want to welcome you. I want to welcome all of you here in the sanctuary and those who are joining us from out here in the ethers, like Charles Fillmore says, uh, wherever we are, right? I'm in Syracuse, New York right now. And I'm seeing you. Hi, I'm waving at you and everybody in the balcony, like I'm in the balcony somewhere. And just want to welcome everyone here. And if you are new or haven't been here in a while, if you could raise your hand or put it in the chat box there on Zoom and on Facebook. I've already signed in to both, so I'm knowing that there are people that are watching us from anywhere in the country. Yeah, yeah. Hi. Anybody new out there in the sanctuary? Did I see a hand go up? Hello, back there in the back. I can see you. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, lovely. All right then. Well, welcome again, and let us start with our opening prayer. Let us pray. I invite you to take a gentle cleansing breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing us to be in this moment together. And as we get present to the now, this now space, we open our hearts in prayer, joining these hearts into prayer now. God, that which is good, that which is amazing, that which is everywhere now and available. We are so grateful for this opportunity to be with each other on this last Sunday in January 2025. We are knowing in this moment that we are part of our beloved community and that we open up to the awareness that we thrive in 2025 and that each of us has this place, this space that we're able to be in together. May each of us discover something we didn't know. May we allow ourselves to be heart opened. May we feel it down inside our bones in this moment as we pray. And so it is. Amen. And now we have our core values that are on the screen, and I invite you to say them with me. Let's say them together. Community, love and action, prayer, gratitude, abundance, diversity, integrity, youth, adult, and family spiritual education. Just breathe that in. And right now we're really getting present to the word community again. That we are part of this beloved community. Whether we're in the sanctuary or in the sanctuary where we are now. We're so grateful for this awareness. And we let it be. And now we have our opening song, and that is Today I Choose. You might want to shake it a little bit. I'm probably going to shake right here in my seat, knowing me. If you see me gone from the screen, it's because I'm dancing. All right. Take it away, Deletta.
Reverend Edith, you can chair dance, you know. There is such a thing. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm going to start with this song. I know you have probably heard it. If you haven't, you'll catch right on. So feel free to sing with us, dance, snap, whatever moves you this morning. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful today. I choose to be grateful, grateful today. I choose to be to be so happy, so happy today. I choose to be happy, happy today. I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful today. I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. Whatever I choose, how my day's gonna be, I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Today, I choose to be loving, so loving today. I choose to be loving, loving today. I choose to be so joyful, so joyful today. I choose to be so joyful, joyful. Whatever my day is gonna, I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Solo, everybody dance. To be grateful, so grateful today. I choose to be grateful, grateful. To be grateful, grateful. Last time. To be grateful, grateful. 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 Oh, to be grateful, grateful. Yeah, 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 yeah. Grateful. Grateful.
There you go, Andrew. I got it. Good morning. My name. Good morning, Andrew. My name is Jerry, and I'm here to bring you your transformational opportunities. So let's talk about what's happening here at Unity of Gaithersburg. The Caring Cottage Team's drive for the National Center for Children and Families continues through February the 2nd, bringing your donations to the church and place them in the bin in the lobby. And for those of you who are not quite sure what to donate, we suggest coats, jackets, hats, gloves, and scarves, sweaters, t-shirts, shirts, skirts, dresses and pants, socks, shoes, and handbags. So in other words, there's a great need, so bring all that you feel can be helpful and supportive for our community. Well, thank you, Andrew. Put it in the bin, okay? Birthday party. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Reverend Edith is going to have a birthday. We will celebrate Reverend Edith's birthday with food and fun on Sunday, February 2nd, after the service at 12:30 p.m. We will have a potluck food, music, and dancing, of course, because Reverend Edith loves to dance. There is a sign-up sheet in the lobby, or you can find more information and sign up on the website. So we look forward to you all staying after church and enjoying Reverend Edith's birthday. The Dispenza Study Group, Edie Crane will be convening a study group of Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. The introduction will be today from 12:30 to 2 p.m., where there will be viewing the movie Source, It's Within You. The study will run for 10 weeks. More information is available on the website, and there is a sign-up sheet in the lobby. Infinite Connection and Spirit Group. Crystal Rathi and Carol Plummer are hosting the Infinite Connection Spirit Group. It starts on Thursday, January 30th, and is from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. You will connect and learn about the spiritual disciplines of communion, connection, compassion, community, and challenge. See the website for more information, and there is a sign-up sheet in the lobby. Okay. Our foundation is prayer. Our prayer chaplains are trained to pray in confidence with you. Today's prayer chaplain is Carol. You understand? So we can see who you are. If you would like to pray, if you would like prayer time after the service, see Carol. There is also a box in the rear of the sanctuary where you can submit prayers, which our prayer team will add to their list of those for whom they pray. And now let's settle as we listen to the daily word for today. Here is the daily word for Sunday, January 26, 2025. The word for today is generous. On this day, let us affirm, I give with an open heart. I am generous. I give with an open heart. I am generous. I invite you to hear these words as your own. Keeping my heart open elevates my experience of generosity. If I give begrudgingly, fearful, or not having enough for myself, I am not being truly generous. There is a joy and trust in being generous. There is a joy in knowing there is no lack at the level of spirit, and my generous impulses are my way of demonstrating my faith in this truth. I place my trust in the spiritual truth that as I give, I also receive. Generosity is a spiritual practice. I'm going to say that again. Generosity is a spiritual practice, a commitment to fully participating in the flow of life. As I give generously, I receive the richness of grace, love, and peace. I reflect into the flow of synchronicity and receive unexpected blessings. Generosity is the gift I give myself. Today's Bible verse is from the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 6. The point is this: the one who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and the one who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. gratefully. So let's take this daily word into our hearts for today and think on generosity, which is a gift that we give to ourselves. Thank you.
Now it is time for our meditative portion of this service. I invite you to sit back and relax in the chair where you are sitting. And know your breath by taking a gentle breath in. Breathing in and breathing out. And now I invite you to gently close your eyes as I have done. And if you would rather keep them open, I just simply invite you to have them half open, focusing on one spot in the room. For we know and affirm that there is no spot where God is not. Relaxing brings us more present into this moment. Breathing in a conscious way brings us deeper into this moment with each other. And as we relax, I invite you to consider being in a beloved community, seeing the vision of what's possible for each of us. What is possible for us individually as we go forward in 2025? What is possible for us as a spiritual community as we move forward in this year? What is the vision for this country, for this world? And it all starts within us. For any time we have any discomfort, uneasiness, it is a sense of being in dis-ease. Dis-ease. We're not being at ease. And all we need to do is remind ourselves to take a gentle breath. And in the moment that we breathe, it brings us back to now. And in this now moment, everything seems to dissipate into the nothingness where it came from. And since our fifth basic unity principle talks about us practicing, just do it. We're going to take some moments to breathe together and sit quietly together and allow ourselves to feel the presence of spirit, the divine, our own inner beingness. And together, we do it. We just do it. So as we go into a time of silence, I invite you to say to yourself, I am doing it. I am just doing it. Joining our hearts and minds together in the silence, we go deeper. I am doing it. I am just doing it. Allow these words to be yours because we just did it. I am just doing it. And in this expanded state of awareness, we bring our hearts and minds more fully to how we can just do it. Being that which we want to see in the world, we see first in ourselves. Expanding our awareness that love's presence is here and now. And as we gently bring ourselves back to the space and time, we allow ourselves to know this in the deepest, deepest, deepest way. I am just doing it. In this moment, we are doing it. And so it is. And so we let it be thus. Amen and namaste.
There's been a storm brewing inside of me, clouds moving around my heart. Something's changing that I just can't see. I'm stuck in what I know is safe, but not where I'm supposed to be. I see the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call asking, what am I here for? 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 They say that pain pushes till the vision pulls. Feels like my safety nets have fallen down. I wish I had a map of where to go. I've got this feeling deep inside that when I get there I will know. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never done before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call asking, what am I here for? 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 wanna make a move right now, though I don't know when or how. But when I trust and know the truth, my heart will point the way. There's more of me to share, so today I do declare I will take that step in faith and let my light shine. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call asking, what am I here for? 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 What am I here for?
What are we being called to be here for? What a beautiful song that is. Thank you to Ms. Deletta, our music director, and our Namaste band. What are we being called here, like right here, right now? Like right now, I'm here in Syracuse, New York, having attended yesterday another funeral. So what are we being called to do? Yeah, I know. 2 weeks ago, I was at my brother's funeral, you know? But this week, yesterday, Akoswa and I and Tavion were attending Tavion's father, Jamel. You guys might remember Jamel when he was doing AV, right? Tall, thin guy. Yeah, he was living back in Syracuse, is living in Syracuse, partly because he got a really yummy full-time job, but also with his father had been ill. So his father, Tavion's grandfather, passed away on the morning of the 13th when I was on my way back from Atlanta and Memphis for my brother's funeral. And here's the thing that was interesting in being called when we're talking about that song, what are we here for? And absolutely, Akoso and I wanted to be here for our grandson, yes? For Jamel, and then for his father. But as we were driving into Syracuse on Friday, it was around 6 p.m. at night, it had just gotten dark. I was the one driving at that point, yes, because we kind of split that 6-hour drive. And it was obvious it had been snowing. The highways were not clear. I remember driving at this one area not far from Syracuse University in upstate New York in Krause Hospital. And a snowplow was on the left side of clearing the highway on the left side. And I felt this enormous amount of fear. And it just shot all through me because I needed to pass by the plow truck. And I could barely see the lines designating the lanes And I was just, my heart was just really beating really fast. And I thought, oh my goodness, right? And I'm holding on to the steering wheel with both hands, which is not my typical way of driving. I'm a one-handed kind of person. I don't know, maybe some of you out there in Love Streaming Land or in the sanctuary are those one-handed kind of people. But there are those times when I am a two-handed driver. And I got really present too. Deletta and Jeff informing me last week about what could be ahead when the snowstorm that we had was coming. And I didn't see any snow, and I thought, okay, it's not snowing. But it wasn't about what was happening right now. It was about what could happen. Yes? And so on Friday, I could feel that feeling that maybe you guys might have experienced just a little bit, Deletta and Jeff. I felt it throughout my bones. You see, I hadn't driven in any weather like that since early in 2019, so about 6 years ago. Now I understand. I do. And I want to just publicly say that I really regret, me wanting to hear the band in person and, well, talking about it, well, texting about it. Because I know when I was coming here, and I know how to drive in snow. I do. I grew up in a lot of snowy places. Yeah. But I really understand. And also, knowing that the people who made the choice to be pulled by the vision of not coming here to the sanctuary, including our wonderful music director and our Namaste band, it was really about being safe. Because when a Coast One I left that afternoon, we saw not one, we saw two accidents on the highway. So what are we here for? What are we being pulled to do and to be in this wonderful world in 2025? I have to say that when I looked out at the sanctuary last week, it was not many people, but I noticed how diverse we were. I definitely can see that when we have more people in the sanctuary, but this was a small, mighty group of us who trudged the road and came on out. And we're diverse. I invite you right now to look around the sanctuary. Just look around. Do you see the diversity? I see you. And what do you represent? What culture do you represent? Say it out loud. What ethnicity are you? I see Andrew's hand up. We all represent something, don't we? I have to tell you, I have 16 ethnicities. I know, it's all right. The highest one is 27% Nigerian. Okay, yes. And my fifth highest ethnicity is Scottish. What the heck? Right? Like Scottish. Do I look like I'm Scottish, The fifth highest is Scottish. Our lives and our worlds they did not always look like what we represent in our sanctuary today, especially in churches and spiritual communities. Blacks were at church with Blacks, whites, people with white people, Catholics with Catholics, Jewish with Jewish, you name it. People were very segregated. It was known to be the most segregated time of the week in a church. So let's look for a moment at African Americans, Black people. Many of us were brought here to be enslaved, beaten into submission, and for a long time suppressed and intimidated. The civil rights movement started because people were tired of being mistreated. And in 1955, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came into this movement for the Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott. Many of you know Rosa Parks, you know, that kind of thing. And it's not to say that they didn't have boycotts before, but I think something was starting to shift. And Dr. King, you know, he did not want to do it. He said no at first. Here he was, a young Black preacher in Atlanta. He wanted to do something with that. Why, be involved with, I'm going to call it civil disobedience. But he prayed about it. And he just did it and became involved. Now, last Monday, we celebrated Martin Luther King Day. And we had the president come in to be inaugurated. That's the truth, right? And when that happened, many may have seen or see that in that moment, we may have become more segregated than we had been. And yet, is it when we have the times when we seem the most separate? Are we being called to something higher? Are we being called to do something differently? Are we being called to see what's possible? Are we being called to create change? You know, Dr. King, when he said yes to being part of the civil rights movement, he didn't have a lot of faith at that moment. And yet, he said that faith is taking the first step even when you can't see the whole staircase. I'm going to say that again. Faith is taking the first step even when you can't see the whole staircase. You know, this is the final Sunday in January, and our spiritual power of the month is faith. And it is the ability to perceive. Our disciple is Peter, which represents faith in things spiritual, faith in God, faith beyond that our own two eyes can see. And the corresponding color is what? Blue. And the location is in the center of the brain. Dr. King couldn't see it. Other people couldn't see that it was possible that by a bus boycott that perhaps Black people would be able to sit anywhere on the bus and not be relegated to sit in the back. And things started to change, and the news media started to cover the civil rights movement down there and the things that were happening. You know, water hoses being put on people and dogs. I remember seeing big German Shepherd dogs attacking people. And what happened was people all over the United States from pretty much every walk of life started going down south and walking and marching together, lockstep, hand in hand, arm in arm. Blacks, whites, Jews, Catholics, Protestants, imams. People were banded together, not knowing what the end could be, but in the moment. Is that what they were being called to be and to do? Are we right now being called to see something different than we had ever known before? Dr. King had a vision for a more diverse United States. where there could be more equity and inclusion. Now, in the book, Discover the Power Within You, Unity minister and author Eric Butterworth wrote, man, and it's dated, so we can fill in the blank, is not in the world to set it right, but to see it rightly. And right seeing is the passport from illusion to the heaven of accomplishment. Heaven being heaven right here inside of us on earth. That if we want to change the world or be an influence for such a change, he said, you must begin within yourself by changing the way you see the world and get back to principle. I get it. I get it. Many of us are seeing what's happening in front of us. Yes? And where do we have our faith? What is it in? Do we have faith in our fears? Dr. King said, hatred and bitterness can never cure the disease, or I'm going to say dis-ease of fear. Only love can do that. Only love can do that. Only love can do that. He says, hatred paralyzes life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illuminates it. Have you ever heard the saying that said, in the darkness, there's always light? There's always light, no matter what may be appearing to be real in the moment. And sometimes it comes down to what we see in our inner selves, right? Like our inner glasses. I have to tell you, if I take my glasses off, see, I took them off, right? I can't see much, right? The ophthalmologist would say that I would be considered blind if I had no glasses on because I can't see anything. But with the glasses on, I can see, yes? But what about when we can't see what's possible? When we believe in what we see with our own eyes, like that's it, that's the way it's going to be. In the same way, when I was driving down that highway on Friday, and I was so afraid, And the coach was like, can you see the lines? Because I guess I wasn't inside of the lines like this, right? And I was almost shaking in my pants. And I just kept inching along, going about 5 miles an hour. We have to see it rightly, as Eric Butterworth said, and go to the principles. Our second basic unity principle says we create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Did they see that in the 1955 Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott? No, they did not. But Norman Vincent Peale stated, one person can make a difference. You don't have to be a big shot. You don't have to have a lot of influence like some people have today. You just have to have faith in the power to change things. And the things is right here inside. We can decide how we want to see the outcome. And our Bible verse comes from the book of Job, chapter 22, verse 28, and it states, you will decide on a matter, and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways. How do we do this? Well, Charles Fulmore said, our co-founder, faith is a magnetic power that draws us our heart's desire from the invisible spiritual substance into the real. It's the magnetic power that draws us onto ourselves, our heart's desires, from that invisible spiritual substance. So what is our heart's desire? What is that we wish to see in the world? What is that which we can create? What is that which we believe is possible. Do we believe that it's possible for us to come together? Look at us. We just looked around the room. Back in Dr. King's time, that was not a reality that was possible. Yes, it may seem like we've taken a whole bunch of big steps, and now we've taken a bunch of steps backward. But you know what? There is more steps that we leap to. It always happens. History tells us that over and over and over again. It does. And it's really about our faith. What is it that we have faith to believe in? Today, we are what Dr. King believed could happen. And as we continue to come together and get to know each other, we find that we have so many similarities. Come next week to my party, and we'll be dancing and shaking our little behinds, and those on Zoom, you can dance too. Because with faith, we can take one more step. With faith, we can see beyond appearances. With faith, we can stand hand in hand. With faith, we can see a vision of love. With faith, we can know deep love beyond what we see happening in the world. With faith, we can create. With faith, we see possibilities. With faith, we can see clearly now. And our affirmation for today can assist us during this week. I'm going to say it once and then invite you to say it with me. I am standing strong in my faith to see the vision within and around me. Together, please. I am standing strong in my faith to see the vision within and around me. Let's just take this into our hearts for a moment, and then we'll say it one more time. Just take it in. Breathing into our heart space together, breathing in, and gently breathing out. Taking another gentle breath in, breathing in, and gently breathing out. And now I invite you to say this affirmation with me again, because we in ourselves depend on it. This United States depends on it for us and the world. Together, please. I am standing strong in my faith to see the vision within and around me. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen and namaste.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. You can sing along. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Go on, Rodney. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah. Now, it's on. So, I think. I know I'm about to say, you know, Rodney, you do not want to stir that up. Okay, all right. So it's time for our giving and generosity. And I thought to myself, it's time to dig deep into our pockets and show our gratitude and our generosity for the blessings that we have received. As the new year starts and the old year is over, and we think about what are we going to do differently this year than we did last year. I hope that you put on your list that you will continue to or begin to contribute generously to this ministry. For we have a tremendous band, we have a wonderful minister, and we have wonderful congregants. So let's make sure that we are faithfully giving to our community. We have several ways that you can contribute, of course. There is the white bin in the back. You can contribute online, and also you can give, text give, and the phone number is there for you to also give. So let's give our love offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so very grateful. And now we will welcome our youth.
These youngins a hand. So today we talked, of course, about faith, and we made ourselves a 12 Powers kit that we can keep always in our purse, in our pocket, somewhere to remind us that if we are having a tough time, we can pull out our 12 Power and go, I'm going to call on the power of faith right now, or whatever it happens to be, right, guys? This is our little thingy that we made. So you too could do this. Just keep it in your pocket and to remind yourself when you need a little extra hand. And we had fun talking about faith and generosity. This is a very generous group, as you know. So we're very, very proud of them. So let's do our blessing, shall we? Who's going to start? Me. Okay. Do you know where to start with our blessing? We have our blessing slide. Ready? Who do we start with? What do we start with? Me. Okay, you. Okay.
I am the light of the world. I live as the light.
Woohoo!
You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You live as the light.
We are the light of the world. We live
As the light.
My friends, go out in the world and stand strong in your faith and see the vision within and around all of you. Let Dr. King's vision be our vision. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.
Humble yourself inside of your sister. You gotta bend down low and humble yourself in the sight of your brother. Ask him what he knows now, and we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Oh yeah, yeah, we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Humble yourself in the sight of the children. You gotta bend down low and humble yourself in the sight of our children. Ask them what they know now. We shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Oh yeah, 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 we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Why don't you humble yourself in the sight of love? You gotta bend down low and humble yourself in the sight of Jah love. Let your light shine, we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up. Oh yeah. We shall lift each other up. Higher and higher, we shall lift each other up.